This weekend, there is a first of its kind LGBTQ comic showcase, and it's right here in San Francisco. The city is set to host Pride in Panels, SF Queer Comics Festival. And joining us are Laura Gao, a local author, and Justin Hall, one of the event organizers, to tell us all about this multi-day festival. Thanks for waking up with us on this Tuesday. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Of course, we're excited to have you. Justin, I'd love to start with you. I think you're the brains behind the festival. How'd you come up with this one?
Well, actually, it was we also have our friend Avi Ehrlich, who the two of us have been bemoaning the fact that there's not enough spaces for queer cartoonists to gather and to sell our work and to develop community. And so we were able to work with, approach the library, the San Francisco Public Library, which has been an amazing ally. It's funny to think how libraries in the past were sort of suspicious of comics. There was ideas that it would stop literacy and all this, but I think now that's completely transformed, and libraries love comics and graphic novels and realize it brings people to their spaces and encourages literacy, actually. And we were able to talk with the library and then bring Laura on as well, who's been this incredible force behind organizing this festival.
We love supporting our local libraries, and that is such a great point. Anything to get folks into the doors and help keep them there, too, because we know our libraries are really a safe space for so many people. Laura, why are festivals showcasing LGBTQ comics just so important? Is this something that you found just wasn't out there before?
Yes, definitely. I myself am a queer identifying author and illustrator of comics and graphic novels. And from building such a beautiful, diverse network here in San Francisco, we found this need to be able to proudly showcase who we are and our stories into the world out there. And especially since a lot of different laws and different political landscapes right now are clamping down on that. We want to make sure that we have a space where kids and families and adults from all over can feel so proud of themselves to create and share the art.
And perhaps even see themselves kind of coming to life in the pages of some of these comics, these graphic novels that folks will be able to check out. Justin, I know there are several events happening this weekend. Walk us through some of the events that people can come out and enjoy.
So on Friday night, Laura will actually be hosting a queer comics reading at Silver Sprocket. Silver Sprocket is a local comics publisher and retail space. And then on Saturday, I'll be showing my film, No Straight Lines, The Rise of Queer Comics, which showcases 5 pioneers of queer comics. And that's going to be at the library, the main public library in San Francisco, from 2 to 4:30 with a panel afterwards with some of the people who were in the film. And then, of course, on Sunday is the main event. So this is going to be a big festival with over 100 exhibitors and panels and workshops. So it'll be this, it will really take over the bottom floor of the library, and it's going to be a lot of fun, really exciting.
That's awesome and fantastic that you have so many of the events happening there, like you mentioned, at San Francisco's main public library. Laura, I understand that you're going to be doing a reading of one of your comics. I believe that's at the Saturday event. I'd love to know what goes into the creative process of, having an idea of what the comic could be and then really kind of birthing it through the creative process and now making it a comic that people can read.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long 2, 3, even more sometimes for folks, year-long roller coaster ride, but it's super rewarding to get something that just starts off as an idea onto the page and onto the hands of readers everywhere.
And walk us through that process. So you have the idea. Do you start trying to figure out who some of the characters are, the themes that you'll be incorporating into the comic? How does that work?
Yeah, I always start off with a very short outline of the main plot points I want and what kind of characters I also want to bring onto the page. I try to embody the characters or almost act out the characters next to each other, so I know what kind of dialogue they would say to each other. Who do they like? Who do they hate? Who do they envy? And then once I have that short script, then I start to draw these small thumbnails, which are simply very simple sketches of what I think the art will look like. And then slowly, as I edit with my editor and publisher, we'll get to more refined sketches. We'll start to place the dialogue onto the art itself. And then sooner or later, we'll have the full picture.
That's incredible. And soon everyone will be able to check out the full picture in your comics this weekend. Again, to be able to get those tickets, go to silversprocket.net. Justin and Laura, we really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
You're welcome.